Well, this is Tuesday, March the 23rd, 2021. Welcome back as we begin a new series of daily devotions that Moxie Church is trying to do. And the new series will entail 3 verses that are set in a context. And so I've entitled this series, Sorrow Over My Sin. Sorrow Over My Sin. Now, the central passage is 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 9 through 11. Permit me to read those verses. I now rejoice, not that you were made sorrowful, but that you were made sorrowful to the point of repentance. For you were made sorrowful according to the will of God, so that you might not suffer loss in anything through us. For the sorrow that is according to the will of God produces a repentance without regret, leading to salvation. But the sorrow of the world produces death. For behold, what earnestness this very thing, this godly sorrow, has produced in you. What vindication of yourselves, what indignation, what fear, what longing, what zeal, what avenging of wrong. In everything you've demonstrated yourself to be innocent in the matter. Now, there are 35 references to the word sorrow in the Bible. You might not think that's a lot, but there are a lot of different words for tears and weeping and things like that. But specifically, the word sorrow in the Greek is lupeo. Lupeo. It means distress, to grieve. The biblical uses are to experience deep emotional pain or sadness, severe sorrow, grief is very intense and hence even applied to the pain of childbirth. The form that we find in 2 Corinthians of this word lupeo as the root is only used 3 times, and they are found all 3 times in these verses. The sorrow this word conveys is more than what our society or psychology or even Christian culture teaches. And this will become evident in the days ahead as we examine these 3 verses. What I want to do in the days ahead is we will look at the backdrop of these verses so you understand what the Apostle Paul is referring to. We will learn how our culture practices sorrow and its results. We will learn the type of sorrow God accepts and the type he rejects. And we will learn the telltale marks of biblical sorrow. This will be a challenging lesson for anybody who listens. It will be a challenging lesson because we are dealing with a biblical process that has been ordained by God and runs cross-cut to our humanity and to our dealing with sin in our life. And we will be discussing these in the days ahead. So I trust you might bookmark this and that you would follow along in the study in the days to come. Thank you for beginning a new study with us.